Hey there, Teddy Rubskin here, and today we're talking about Strider. Yeah! Well, I mean, the video is called Strider versus Strider, but we're not really talking about which one's better, because they're both fucking awesome. We got Strider for the NES, and Strider for the Sega Genesis. Yeah! And two very different versions of the same fucking game, but they're both fucking awesome, right? The Nintendo version's pretty fucking badass, for sure. I mean, look at that cover. The artwork's awesome, right? And the version for the Sega Genesis is pretty fucking badass, too. Although the illustration on the front isn't quite as badass. I mean, look at Strider. He looks a little like Angel from TV's Angel. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Or something. But both the games are fucking different, you know? Now, the game for the Sega Genesis is almost exactly like the arcade, you know? Almost fucking exactly, you know? But the Nintendo version is quite a bit different, you know? It's not like the arcade, but it's still fucking cool. It's classic Capcom action, you know? It's kind of like Mega Man meets Ninja Gaiden. You know? And speaking of Ninja Gaiden, you know, Ninja Gaiden was an arcade game. You know, it's fucking badass, I guess. But the game for the Nintendo is even better. Even though the Nintendo version of Ninja Gaiden is nothing like the arcade. And then Nintendo would do that all the time. You know, there'd be an arcade game, but the game they'd put out would be nothing like it. But it'd still be awesome. Like Bionic Commando. Bionic Commando in the arcade is a pretty cool game, but Bionic Commando for the Nintendo is nothing like it, but it's still fucking awesome. Yeah. But with the Sega Genesis, right? Well, what Sega Genesis did that Nintendo don't back in the day was they made games that were authentic to the arcade, right? Like Afterburner was exactly like Afterburner in the arcade, you know? And Golden Axe, yep, Golden Axe was almost exactly like the Golden Axe in the arcade, you know? Just like the arcade machine, the home game tried to be exactly like it. Motherfuckers. Yeah. Oh, hey, and Altered Beast, yeah. Now, I'm not a big fucking fan of Altered Beast. It's kind of a dopey, stupid game, right? But the Genesis version is fucking really good. The graphics almost just as good as the fucking arcade, I gotta say. You know, it's a badass game. You know, it's not a great game, but it's a great version of the arcade game. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm fucking trying to say. Take my balls. You took my balls. Yeah. I mean, the point is, what I'm trying to fucking say is that Sega Genesis, well, back in the day, was a machine that was capable of making games that were fucking pretty fucking close to the arcade, you know? Like Strider. Strider was almost exactly like Strider in the arcade. The graphics, the gameplay, the level layout, and the sound effects almost exactly like the fucking arcade. And it was fucking awesome, you know? Badass fucking game, even though it was fucking hard as hell. You know, I love fucking hard games. You got a lot of respect for those difficult fucking games. Like Ghouls and Ghosts, or as I like to call it, Great Ghosts and Goblins. It's a fucking badass game that is very fucking difficult. But because of that, it's really rewarding. When you get further in the game, it's like, yeah, I actually fucking accomplished something, you know? And fuck, such a great game, you really can't improve on it, you know? So why even fucking try? Why make a different game? Make it exactly like the arcade. Do it, right? And that wasn't a Capcom game. Just like fucking Strider. But Strider on the NES is still a fucking badass game. Even though it's not much like the arcade. It's still fucking cool. You know? Still fucking badass. And hard as hell, man. Super fucking hard. Almost harder than it needs to be. But yeah, it's fucking cool. You know? Actually, I kind of fucking suck at it. But I can still respect it, you know? I respect fucking difficult games. There you go, Not that Nintendo didn't make games that were pretty much just like the arcade. Like Contra. Contra was a pretty good attempt to bring the arcade home. I mean, it wasn't quite as good graphically, but it's still fucking badass. In fact, most people fucking love the fucking Contra for the home system, you know? It's a great fucking game. And, you know, most people are probably more familiar with the home versions of the games because, you know, it's the ones they had at home, you know? It's just one effects of the fucking arcade. Is that you probably played the home game more than you did the arcade, because what, it's a fucking arcade. I love classic fucking arcades. In fact, I'm gonna put a link right here to one of my fucking favorite video series I ever did. Classic Arcade Quest, where I went looking for a classic arcade. And, well actually, let's put one up right up here at the top, where I went to fucking GameWorks. That was a pretty cool arcade. And, in Safari Land was cool. There was a fucking tiger roller coaster there, man. Yeah, check that out. And then when I went to Enchanted Palace, Castle, Enchanted Castle, right. And then finally I went to Galloping Ghost, which is a fucking great ass arcade, man. It's the second biggest arcade in the fucking country, and it's fucking awesome, you know. But when I went to Galloping Ghost, I could not fucking find the arcade Contra. In fact, all they had there was Super Contra. You know, they didn't have the original Contra. It's fucking weird. But, I mean, that's the way it goes with fucking arcades, you know? A lot of machines in the arcades would get pulled out and replaced with something new, you know? So, I mean, you might not even be able to find fucking Bionic Commando. In fact, I don't think they had Bionic Commando with Galloping Ghost, you know? But they did have Ninja Gaiden, you know? Played a little bit of that. Just reminded me why the NES version of Ninja Gaiden was a lot fucking better than the arcade. It was. You know. But, what do you guys fucking think? You know? Well, name for me some other fucking games that were vastly different on the home console than they were on the fucking arcade. You know? Well, what else do you guys think of? Some of them were actually better on the home fucking console, right? But Sega Genesis, back in the day, before Sonic came along, they made the name for making games that were almost exactly like the arcade. You know? That's what they did that Nintendo don't. You know? Yeah. Beat it. But yeah, throw a comment down there. Let me know what you guys are fucking thinking. And while you're at it, subscribe if you fucking want to. You know? Contact me on Facebook. I got a link down there to my fucking Facebook account if you want to. And yeah, I also got a link down there to the fucking area where you can buy a fucking Teddy Rubskin t-shirt if you want to. Yeah, do it. Do it, man. Or don't. Whatever. It's up to you. But until next time, keep it real.
Sylvester Stallone, Doc Brown at home, snack time with ketchup, don't eat it alone. Halloween chills for you and chili will give your eyes to the fun. Out of the dead, slinging some lead, longer the hedgehog comes over his head. Nicolas Cage releases the rage as if he was ready for Teddy Ruxpin.